Welcome back to the Obelisk. Now, before we begin today's story, I want to say something not to defend myself, but to clarify things and where I stand. Lately, I've been receiving a surprisingly high amount of abuse in the comment sections. Now, some from self-proclaimed Christians telling me these stories are dangerous lies and works of the devil, almost like it's the 6th century, and they are the church who is the only person allocated to disseminate what the truth is. However, others come from atheists saying I should stop wasting my time on made-up nonsense and a lot of personal attacks. Now, let me be very clear. I don't claim to believe every story that I share here. What I do believe is in understanding that these stories, legends, myths, were held in such high regard by some and were so far spread that the people did believe them at the time. We can sit here in our information age and fact check everything in real time. That's why my accuracy is very important. And if I get something wrong, the correction will be pinned in the comments. And if I get it really wrong, then I will happily remove the video. With that said, if a myth, a text, or a forgotten tale gives you even a kernel of insight, a way of looking at history, religion, or even the world just a little bit differently, then it's worth exploring. This channel is about forbidden stories, strange faiths, and ideas too often dismissed without thought. If that bothers you, you don't have to watch. If you do watch, attack the idea, not the person. I'm here to explore, and if you're also here to do that, then welcome. Feel free to subscribe because I'm not going anywhere and there is thousands upon thousands of years worth of questions that need looking at. And if you have one, drop it in the comments. Anyways, let's get back to the video. What if no one knows who's right? Not the priests, not the prophet, not even the chosen. There's an old parable, older than many want to admit, but one that asks a dangerous question. What if every religion is wearing the same ring? A story so subversive it was softened, censored, or hidden throughout history. It's been told by the Muslim world, the Jewish world, Christians, and even skeptics alike. But each time it returns with sharper edges. This is the Obelisk, and today we're unearthing a tale where truth wears 3 faces and no one can really tell which one is real. Sorry to interrupt your video. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so if you'd give the little subscribe button a little tickle, would much appreciate it. Anyway, back to the video. The parable itself. Once there lived a man who possessed a ring of immense power, not to control armies or summon spirits, but something subtler. It made its wearer beloved by God and mankind. He wore it until his final days, and then promised it to his favourite son. However, he had 3 sons, and each of them was worthy, each of them were beloved. So in secret, he had 2 perfect replicas, and when he died, each son received a ring. Each convinced his was the original. Arguments broke out. The brothers took their case before a wise judge. "Tell us," they pleaded, "which ring is true?" The judge examined them. They were identical, no marks, no flaws, no proof. He paused, and then he said, "Perhaps the true ring is lost, or perhaps your father, loving all of you, could not bear to choose. So now, live in such a way with humility, mercy, and justice that your ring becomes the true one." And the brothers went their separate ways, each unsure, yet changed. The Orthodox Interpretation. In traditional religious circles, this parable is both powerful and unsettling. It was once used to argue for tolerance, a rare and dangerous trait to have in medieval Europe. Each son represents one of the Abrahamic faiths: Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. Each believes it holds the one true revelation, but the parable refuses to confirm or deny any of them. Instead, it shifts the burden. Don't prove your faith by doctrine. Prove it by how you live. The ring isn't divine favour, it's divine responsibility. This message was so controversial that even the Lessing's 1779 version in Nathan the Wise was banned by the church in several regions. Why? Because it treats faith as equal contenders, not winners and losers. And for many, that was heresy, the heretical understanding. But what if this isn't about Abraham's children at all? From a Gnostic or philosophical lens, this isn't a story about religion, it's a story about illusion. The father figure, maybe he isn't divine at all, just another flawed demiurge giving symbols without substance. The rings, well, they wouldn't be truths, but idols, relics of inherited belief. The parable might be mocking our obsession with external legitimacy. Maybe there is no original ring. Maybe the truth was never in the object, only in the transformation that it inspired. In this light, the story becomes a challenge. Can you live righteously without knowing if you're right? Can you walk the path without a guarantee you're on the right road? Or will your need to be right consume you? The comparison. The Orthodox faith hears this story and sees hope. Let us live virtuously, and God will sort out the rest. Gnostic eyes might see something else. Let go of the need to know. The ring is only a mirror. But both interpretations wrestle with the same wound, the fear that we might be wrong. That our holy texts or our rituals, our names for God might be one of many copies. And yet, the story offers a strange comfort. Even without certainty, you can still be good. That is the heresy. That is the grace. The parable of the three rings doesn't give answers. It gives you a mirror. The question is, what do you see in that mirror? Let me know in the comments. I'll be exploring more parables like this, not just Jesus stories, but from Sufi mystics, Egyptian priests and Gnostic rebels, and even forgotten philosophers. Click here and walk deeper into the labyrinth. And subscribe, because the next story might just shake the foundation just as much. Until then, stay curious. Thanks for watching and take care.